And there we go. I've got the microphone on. Welcome everyone. I'm glad to have you all on board today. And I'm going to turn that song off till next time it plays by itself. Anyway, welcome everyone. Glad to have you on board today. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you are watching VolcanoX live stream. I see Yvonne Kunkel made it in. Welcome, Yvonne. I hope you're enjoying your vacation. Anyway, for those good people who are here and looking at the screen, of course, Linda Schoof already throws in a wonderful super chat. Thank you very kindly, Linda. Okay, and thank you very much for that $10 super chat, Linda. That's excellent. Thank you. And hopefully you're enjoying your day. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to go first off. Welcome to our moderators, Arizona Snowman and Piggy, who's not here yet. We have Lucas Snow and CND Boy. And possibly Joseph Fields Official. We'll see what happens in the future. And yeah, the stuff you're watching on the screen, of course, is Cumbre Vieja volcano from last year from La Palma in the Canary Islands. And that is where Yvonne is actually vacationing. And she is enjoying her time out there. Hopefully it is a beautiful, lovely day and everything is good. And let's see, so that's good for our wonderful moderators. First person in today was James Bung, and James gets the cookies, so way to go, James. And that is pretty awesome, cool, neat, and all that nice other stuff. So anyway, let's get at things, and we'll say hi to everyone here. And pardon me, we'll start out with saying hi to Sophie and DJ Puff the Third and Scott Hartman and Sasha. Welcome back. Kevin Haynes is here. Sue Hayes in the house. Henry Nelson is here. Yvonne Kunkel, of course, and welcome, Yvonne. I hope you're enjoying your vacation. Okay, Kevin Haynes we got, and of course Linda Schoof, and welcome, Linda, and hopefully you're getting your, I think you said you were painting. DJ is there, Juliet, welcome, Esther Flores, good to see you. And going up some more, we got Henry already. Hermione Schaefer, welcome, Hermione, glad to have you on board. Tom Dice is also here, along with his faithful companion Pepper, hopefully. And let's see, we're going up some more, and we got Kevin Haynes already. Tetra, welcome, good to see you. Going up a little bit more here, and looking. Okay, we got Esther. Nancy Buchanan, welcome. Glad to have you on board. And going up a little bit more to see who else. A lot of repeats now. Mark the Shark. Aloha, Mark. Welcome. Glad to have you back. And I read you got more new puppies. Right on. Awesome. And going up some more here. James Bong we got. Mark the Shark we got. Okay, I'm moving on up. We got Henry. Klaus is here. Guten Abend, Klaus. And let's see, who else snuck in? Going up. Looking. Sometimes that's not so easy. Scrolling and watching the names go by really quickly. And looking, I think we've got just about everybody in here except for that Echo the Bot. Welcome, Echo. Glad to have you on board. Sue Hayes, by the way, thanks for sending me that link. and we'll show our good old Ragnar there in a little better light today, and you guys will probably enjoy that. We'll get to it in no time, I promise you. And going up a little bit more, Don Arnold, aloha, how's the rock? Oh, hang on, he's not in Hawaii. How's the other rock? And anyway, going up a little bit more. Who else have we got in there? Nope, all the way to the top. I see King Colin Deadman. I didn't mention him yet, so he is here as well. And I got to get some sound effects for some of these guys, like Echo and King Colin, and not sure what to do with Russell Brainerd though, for some kind of a musical sound. But welcome, Russell. Glad to have you on board. Is it May Rule or Maya Rule? Not sure if I pronounced that right, but welcome. And looking at the other names here that I possibly missed on the bottom while I was looking at the other end. And I am not seeing any other ones here that I didn't call out yet. I think I got everybody. Anyway, if I did happen to miss your name and didn't say it, like Trevor Wonky Donkey, don't be offended. Just mule kick me. No, don't do that either. That'll hurt me. I'm kidding, guys. It's all pretty cool. Yeah, I do apologize if I did miss you there. So no worries, and we try to get everybody, so that's pretty cool. And that is okay for right now. We'll get the rest on the way in as they pop on in. I'm going to use my magical powers here, and we're going to stop the volcano. And there we go. And stopped it in mid-tracks there. And we'll actually turn that banner off for later. Let's pop over to Etna, Mount Etna in Sicily, and see what's going on there. Because I know Yvonne is getting really worried about what's happening at Etna since she can't be there anymore. Well, looks like they don't have too bad of weather, and I see a star up at the top there. And oh, I better turn my mouse back on. Hang on, it's not a mouse, it's a hamster. I'm turning my hamster back on. There we go. And you see the star there. It's out of focus, but hey, that's not me doing it. That is the color camera at night, of course, having difficulties. But I did have a little bit of little video here from earlier, just so you can kind of see what it looked like. And this was from about 15 to 1600 or roughly thereabouts. In a time-lapse format, shrunk down to about a little under 2 minutes. And this is kind of what we were seeing there. You got to remember, it's not that stormy. Those clouds aren't moving anywhere near as fast as what you're seeing. So it was a pretty nice day. And, you know, I turned that mouse off, and there I see that I've got it all over the screen. That is just incredible. I try, you guys, and you know it gets me every time. But oh wow. Hey, Mona Alfano, welcome. I'm glad to have you on board. Judy L also popped in. Good to see you, Judy. And that is pretty awesome. So this is basically what it looked like at Mount Etna today. Lots of cloud coming over, and very, very difficult to see anything at the volcano itself. We do know, you know, yesterday it was off-gassing fairly heavy. So today I'm assuming that it's probably going to be doing the same thing again or still. And we'll see what happens as time goes by. of course, we keep an eye on it, right? That's the whole thing. So that's kind of what we're seeing, and I think it's kind of neat, cool, whatever you want to call it. Just no visibility. I really, really wish we could see it up close and personal. Like what Yvonne has. Anyway, and that's it for that little video. So that's basically kind of the day in a nutshell, from what they've experienced all day long. And I was watching earlier in the morning as well, which was technically late at night here. And it was basically the same thing. So pretty good for right now. Hey, Storm Chaser 1211, welcome. Glad to have you on board. And I'm going to turn that off. We'll just look at that. That's kind of it for right now from Italy. And she's going back to sleep again. Will show herself over time. Okay, sorry. All right, so yeah, she's okay. Well, if it goes back to sleep for a little while, we don't mind. We just want something to give us a show. It doesn't have to be Etna. It could be Ragnar, or any other close-up volcano that wants to be personal with us, and we don't mind. So anyway, let's go from Sicily here over to a wonderful Iceland, and we'll have a look at Ragnar. And right now it looks like Ragnar's trying to escape us and hide in some clouds, and we're just not going to put up with that. Oh boy. Anyway, going back in time a little bit, about 5 hours ago or so, it looked pretty good. And hopefully, there we go. And there we see it. And it is doing its thing. We can see heat continuing to vent off and do its thing from several areas here, where you can really see those heat plumes come up. Also, this cutout notch in the back side here, we're going to address that today. That is something that is pretty cool, interesting, and neat. So we do have permission to use a video from, boy, and I'm going to mess his name up. Oh, hang on. Let me go there. Let me get it loaded, and then I will tell you exactly his name. Pietro Ebner. Pietro Ebner. I hope I said it right. It's Pedro Ebner. Pietro. I hope I said it correctly. Anyway, I am going to put that link in and paste it in to the channel, and his name as well, even though I can't spell it. Copy and paste. And if you guys want to, you are certainly welcome to go over to his channel and subscribe to him. He has more videos coming up, you guys. So that's what he mentioned. But anyway, you be the judge of the video itself, and I do like these things, so I'm going to pin that message up there. He doesn't have that many subscribers. He had 41 as of this morning. So anyway, I'm going to let that video play. And like I said, he gave us permission to go have a look. So right now, what we're doing is drone flight over Nothaggy Valley. And we are headed north and off to the left-hand side. Of course, you can see the big path of material that came down out of Geldingadurler, And straight ahead, of course, is the material that came out of southern Meridalia up on the top of the hill. And it says here, first eruption or last eruption was 800 years ago. And he's talking about the Fragedalfjall complex itself, and that is when it is. And he put all kinds of little snippets of information in here, about 40 kilometers to Reykjavik, the capital city, that kind of thing. And he's absolutely correct, and that is pretty awesome. Notice that light area down in the front. That's where the other material didn't manage to push over. It went around that from the secondary flows that came behind it. I thought that was kind of neat. Anyway, this is where he started up on the hill and flew it over to Ragnar. So this is now above upper Meridalia or southern Meridalia, heading towards Ragnar. And that is a beautiful sight. And I do remember seeing that. And you see smoke in various places coming off of the lava still, and that is pretty awesome. A matter of fact, you can see it really, really well right there and over here. But pay attention to the cone, and we want to look at the break in the back here. And this is the guy that I'm really fascinated with. I wondered what happened to it. But beautiful colors on the inside of the cone. There you can see that little break. Hang on, you got to spin it around. He's going to spin all the way around the outside, but you notice the very, very deep red color, and that is iron, and there is a lot of it in there, and it's oxidizing, so looks pretty neat. So now this is the back side. You can actually see that divot right there, and what I was looking for is what fell down, and I really didn't see what was down on the ground here. But that obviously fell down and scooted out. Yeah, there's some rocks down there. So likely broke off and just popped out. And that is kind of neat. But beautiful, beautiful colors on the inside of that crater. And this is some awesome footage. So anyway, the video speaks for itself, really, you guys. This is Ragnar, yes, absolutely, 100%, and that is what it looks like. And that was drone footage from the 11th. So that's what we got to share and witness. And again, you are more than welcome to have a look. The link is up in the top there. And as he mentioned to me, he will be putting more videos up. So if you have not yet subscribed to him, give it a shot. And I don't mind supporting and promoting small channels where they've got some decent footage. And he does have some a lot of other videos on there, and some very, very beautiful stuff. So it's definitely a channel you guys want to consider. And since he's only got 41 subscribers, I'd love to see those numbers increase greatly for him. And make sure if you're going over there, leaving a comment on his video, you tell him that you came over from this stream. Dr. Fox sent you. So that'll help him out. And excellent, Juliet. And he'll probably freak out going, huh? Where'd all those subscribers come from? Kind of like our other friend in Italy with all those wonderful videos that he put up, Active Nature, and he's kind of frowning right now because we don't have any more eruption going on, but his channel certainly had grown a whole bunch, and he too has a bunch of other wonderful videos. Another one that I also promoted was Julia Morozic, and if you haven't been following her, she really does have some beautiful, beautiful hiking videos and a lot of gorgeous scenery. You know, if you're into that kind of thing, she would be one to make sure that you follow. And again, that's a channel that we helped out. She had, I think, somewhere around 200 subscribers when we started pushing her channel, and she's almost at 1,200 now. So doing really well with her channel, and I'm glad to see that. You know, same thing with Active Nature has gone up. I guess basically all these guys that really come here, there's a lot of you that subscribe to them, so we appreciate that, and a lot of these guys have some decent material on there. Anyhow, so we did see that video, you guys. Hope you enjoyed that, a little tidbit there. A quick peek at the city of Reykjavik, and there's your sunset today, and that is not bad. That band of clouds could get out of the way, and that would look nicer. But that is what we're seeing over at Reykjavik. And let's see what else we got in here. No, that's yesterday's. I didn't refresh that. Darn it! I should have. We'll fix that, and we'll refresh that. While that's loading, I'm going to just pop it back onto here. All right. Yeah, sometimes you don't get the best of views depending on the camera, or sorry, the light angle from the sun. And there's your valley, as similar to what we've seen there, except for we're not flying, we're stationary now. Anyway, that is the still camera, so I'm not going to worry about that. But this is going back to Ragnar. We see what we want to see here, basically the material heating, or the heating coming out. Definitely see the waviness of the air, so pretty awesome. Anyway, let's go over to the harmonic tremor chart. And okay, Yvonne says, I'm going to bed now, thanks for another great stream. Okay, no worries, Yvonne, you got 15 minutes worth. Wow. Enjoy your vacation, Yvonne, and yeah, really do enjoy it, and get up to the observatory if you haven't done that yet, and then also look at the stars and take a picture. You'll want to keep that. Anyway, take care, and see you later, Yvonne, and sleep well, okay? Anyway, a harmonic tremor chart coming up. There we go, and I do need to refresh that, and we will have a quick peek. There we go, refreshed, and we see what we see. A few little spikes, nothing major, a downward trend for the most part. So as far as looking for an eruption, not going to happen at Ragnar. Unfortunately, and I'm not trying to be nasty, but not right now anyway. It's not going to happen. We'll take a look. That's what, 1, 2, 3 and a little bit dots back from the edge here. That'll tell us where that quake was, whether it's closer to Ragnar or Grindavik. And we're going to go slide down to the Grindavik chart and have a look. And there it is. And looks like it's probably closer to Ragnar, but there's what we see at Grindavik, and it is a similar pattern, less spikes. Tells us we've got less tectonic action or seismic activity down in the ground. So definitely a little quieter than what they've had, and that is probably a good thing. So that is Grindavik, and I'll put it back up to Philadelphia, and let's see, right about there. So pretty cool, pretty awesome. And we will move along, and I want to have a look at the earthquakes, and there we go. Get on the right one. All right, so that's our map of today, and something I'm looking at is I don't see anything down here. And that's very disappointing and very quiet down there. Let's start up at the top. We'll follow dot by dot here. There's actually a couple of them up here. 1.1s from yesterday at 2018 and 6.4 kilometers down on the one of them. Same thing, so almost identical. A couple of twins, I guess. And that's what we're seeing right there. Moving on to land a little bit. The next one we get to, of course, is right here and not too far away from Asja. We do see a 2.5, 4.2 kilometers down. Yesterday at 22:29 was the time. And then we also have this 1.1 that was 8.3 kilometers down. Happened today at 6:09 a.m. And backing out a little bit, going over to Asja where we've seen that other one. Oh, there's another one over here I didn't look at, and whoop, I need to zoom in a little bit. Let's have a peek at this guy. Happened today at 12:17, 1.1, and very deep, 21.1 kilometers down. That is kind of interesting. So back over here, there's our 2.1 just on the edge of Asja's craters, and that is 3.4 kilometers down. Happened today at 15:46. Now, if we see a bunch more around there, then it'll kind of tell you, hey, look out. But right now, that's all we're seeing in the area on this map. I'm going to keep qualifying it with that. Bardabunga area also had a 1.9, and we'll take a look how deep that was. 7 kilometers down. That was from yesterday at 22:37. So that's what we see in that area. I don't see anything right at Grimsbotn on this particular chart. Hey, welcome to Pineapples. Aloha. I'm glad to have you on board. And we do have this 1.7 here in the ice flows. Happened at 13:17, 1.1 kilometer down. So could be right where the ice is meeting the rock. Not 100% sure. It might be just a little lower than that. Who knows? But that area is not uncommon to see the shallower quakes because of the ice movement, because of the glacier moving outward. And again, I really don't know how thick that ice is in that location. Moving over a little bit, looking at Katla, we don't see anything right there according to this map. And again, nothing at Hekla, but we do have one out here in the middle of nowhere. And that is a 1.2, happened at 6:59 a.m., 2.9 kilometers down. And kind of interesting why out here. And that is okay. I'll leave that guy be. And looking at, we have a little triplets over here, and I will see how deep these guys are. 1.3, 5.6 kilometers down, 1:40 a.m. on that guy, and then we have a 1.4, 5.2 kilometers down, 1:36 a.m. For him, and this 1.1 from 16:06, and that is 5.6 kilometers down as well, 1.0 magnitude, and something happening there. Interesting. Let's see what else we got. Going over here, 2.0 in no man's land. Oh, I got to be a little closer, I guess. Whoop, come on. There we go. Okay, 4.4 kilometers down. This is actually from yesterday at 1907, and 2.0 in magnitude. And zooming back out, we did have another 1.2 out here in the sticks, and I don't know if there's sticks out there, but 1.2 magnitude, and 3.4 kilometers down. Yesterday's as well, 21:35 was the time on that guy. And now we get over to our wonderful Reykjanes Peninsula, and we just are not seeing, nope, nothing. You see anything? Ragnar, by the way. Ragnar sits right here. And that is where it is. So that is pretty cool. And unfortunately, we're not seeing any activity around it right now. I want to go over to the other earthquake map and take a look at it because it does have a few other small ones on there that did not show up on our regular map. And here we go, just in the Grindavik area, actually one right underneath town, and that happened at 1323, 0.34, 2.25 kilometers down. And then we've got a 0, and that is again what I think is still on the outer skirts of the area that raised up, and that is 135 meters down, a very small quake, so it could be just something settling. This guy is 0.2, 1.058 kilometers down. When was that? At 1:08 a.m. Sorry, and at 3:39 a.m. 0.04, 1.7 kilometers down, and then this 0.22. 4.934 kilometers down, 7:03 a.m. And moving back over to our Ragnar, and that valley Ragnar is right here, but we do see these here 0.3, 6 point, just about 6.7 kilometers down, 5:32 a.m. Hey, Piggy is here. Welcome, Piggy, and glad to have you on board. 0.3 and 5:32 a.m. So this guy at 10:02 a.m. and 0.41. And what cost of water on transatlantic flight? Wow, Irish, welcome, Irish. Was that in Canadian or was that in euros? 288, that would be about like $6 Canadian, right? Anyway, all right, where was I looking at this guy? So at 10:02.14, 5.9 kilometers down. And thank you very much for that wonderful super chat, Irish Monk. I appreciate that. Looking at the end of our row of fissures here, so 0.36, 6.4 kilometers down, 15:07 was the time on that little guy. Then down here, Meridalier, right in the valley floor from yesterday at 23:47, 0.1, and that is 10 kilometers or 10.1 kilometers down. Then we've got this other one here, 1:46 a.m. today, 0.64, 5.4 kilometers down. And that is pretty awesome. Duchess has entered the building. Aloha, Dr. Fox. Okay, Duchess, and no worries. Welcome. And anyway, we see a few more over here. Not going to go through all of them since it is just about break time. I just wanted to pop back over and have a quick peek over here. Oh, he had a friend. 6 kilometers down, 2041, and that is a little different than the other guy. That is only 1.1 kilometers down, 1.7 from 1917. So they have buddies, and then we see more activity here, a couple of smaller ones out here at Bardabunga, and this one is 7:21 a.m. 0.68, 3.1 kilometers down, and a 0.02, 8.58 kilometers down, 3:20 a.m. So there is a little extra activity that is not showing up on the other map. And here's the additional ones that we see around Astia, and 13.2 kilometers down today at 1817 is one of them, and then the other one 2.7 kilometers down from 2151, so very fresh, a little quake. And that is kind of neat and interesting. A few extras over there as well, but we'll leave them be. And we know that there are other small quakes, so not going to worry about it. But yeah, that does help out a little bit and gives us a better idea of why we're not seeing anything here, when in fact they are just very small quakes that are happening at the moment. And I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe it's the calm before the storm, perhaps. We'll see. Welcome, Al Sanchez, and I already said aloha to Pineapples. And Gura is in the house. Welcome, Gura. DJ Puff III is also here. Juliet says, in the building material shop, Irish Monk, you can get one chilled and one very nice counter employee. All right, cool. Where's my pig? Piggy is here, and Sivat, welcome as well. And welcome, Piggy. Glad to have you on board. Okay, it is just about break time, you guys. Actually, it is break time. So let's throw this back over to some lava, and we will fire up the lava. I used my magic, and we'll get back over there. And I am going to take a 5-minute break. So for those good people who are here, please do consider hitting that like button. That would really be awesome. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button, and while you're there, a bell notification as well. On that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and I'm going to take a 5-minute break. I'll be back. Don't go away. And I am back. Welcome back, everyone. Lava flip. Careful on those lava flips. And the house insurance doesn't pay for those if you cause damage. And thank you, everyone, for the welcome backs. I'm from Gura and let's see, Colin and Kevin and C&D Boy and Nancy and Echo, Trevor and Duchess. Okay, and Al is munching cookies. All right, Irish Monk, what was it you said? As we should attempt geology, Dr. Fox, the Monkus and me took some samples of Quebec. They are identical to northwest Scotland. I will now get drunk. Well, of course they are. Didn't you know that, Irish Monk? That's where it broke off. When Pangea was all one piece, it just kind of snapped apart, and you got little kibbles and bits hanging there. Same as Scotland, absolutely. It's all part of the big Pangea, and I'm still really interested in, when you take a look at, it was a supercontinent, and the areas that were actually full of gold. I want to see where that gold is. Now, we know Australia's got a lot of gold, and we also know Antarctica is 3 times the size of Australia, and those two were attached to each other, so there's got to be gold in Antarctica. So it was for what? Irish? Now you're getting into something I don't want to know about. All right, let's keep that personal stuff out of here. All right, and I don't know if anyway, Mars also has a surface gold. Yeah, Mars does, but Al, the cost of going to Mars is a little bit too expensive right now, and we'll see what we can figure out. Anyway, you guys, let's carry on and go to our other lovely volcanoes around the world. And as soon as I figure out where the heck I am, I will get us over there. Oh, hang on, I gotta use my magic and stop that volcano midstream there as it's throwing material out. There we go. Magically stopped. Gotta love it. Okay, now where was I? No, it wasn't that one I was looking at. Let's see. Darn it, where'd they go? I'm suffering from things being moved around again, or still. And not in the places, when you get used to where something is and then all of a sudden it's not there, it makes life a little more difficult. Oh, I didn't want to turn that on. I wanted to go there. Anyway, this gets us out here. We are on St. George, the island in the Azores, as you can see. And you want to see these screens, you can definitely go to spotazores.com. I don't promote, I'm not promoting them, it's just there. It's an open site, you guys can go have a look. During the daytime, of course, it looks a lot better. That was that nighttime or evening shot with the fancy lights down there on the street. I thought that was neat. But this one here is kind of a shot during the daytime where you can see across the strait, which is about 18 kilometers over to the other island there, and that is Pico Island, and the volcano you see is Mount Montana. And the far right-hand upper portion there is another island, that is Fayal Island, also in the Azores. So that's what we're looking at. But let's get that guy off of there and back to where we are, and we'll take a look at the other little shots we've got here. This is our little cove that's in here that we always like to look at, the big rock sitting out there, and we look for how much white water we see down on the beach area, indicating how rough the seas are. And I am seeing fairly large amount of white water down there, so I'm thinking you don't want to be going out there on a little boat. Let's keep going here. Here's the other harbor view. I tried the time lapse, and again, it didn't work, so I'm going to leave that out of there. But that is it for right now. We'll take a look how many earthquakes we had on St. George. Let me straighten that screen out. There we go, a little bit wider. And of course, if we go down here, let's see. Oh, they had 4 now. So this is the first one, and that happened at 5:59 a.m. 1.6 in magnitude, right on St. George. Next one was a 2.2, a little bit bigger, and that was 6:01 a.m. So about 2 minutes later. And then the next one came at 15:01, 1.5, and then one more that we seen at 22:26, and that was a 2.3. So a reasonable size, but nothing that's going to scare us or make me think that we're going to have an imminent eruption there. So that's kind of what we're looking at. I'm popping over to the other map, and I am going to refresh that since we had that other quake, just so we can see what's going on. And total area, of course, we do see this guy out here 11 hours ago, 2.0, and then there's another one right there 38 minutes ago, 2.0, and then of course here's the ones on St. George Island. And again, that is the Eurasian plate. Down here is the African plate, and if we zoom out just a tad, this side over here, this is the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, and this side is the North American plate, and that is actually pretty cool. I don't know how far this thing will zoom out, and yeah, so what our good friend Irish Monk was saying, that some of this area here, some of the rocks off of this may have come from over here in Quebec. And gee, I think he might be right. Not exactly sure where it would have come off of, but probably right in here. If I'm looking at the contour of this correctly, it may have broken out of this region here in the is it Davis Strait? I can't remember what they call that area, but that's, I think, what it is. But anyway, let's get back to the Azores. Zoom back in here to St. George and see where those quakes are located. And there we can see 18 hours ago, 2.5. We had 1 hour, 19 minutes ago. They had it up at a 2.8. That's a lot bigger than the other guys said. 1.8, or sorry, 1.6, 18 hours ago, and 9 hours ago, a 1.5. So that's the quakes there, and I'm surprised they're saying a 2.8 because the other guys said that that one was a lot smaller, 2.3, I believe. Yep, 2.3, not 2.8. So big differences, and makes you wonder. Hey, Laura M., welcome. Glad to have you on board. I have a goat on my lap. He missed me, and the other two are indifferent. Well, Irish. Daddy of the goats. That is awesome. And anyway, that is our Azores for today. So let's pop over to our next one. And that will be our wonderful Popocatepetl. And there is Popocatepetl. Isn't that a lovely view? Let's back up with our time machine here. 5.5 hours ago, boom. And there we see Popocatepetl covered in white material. I wonder what that substance is. Anyway, we do see a little bit of smoke or off-gassing from the top of that volcano, but not a heck of a lot. If we go back a little bit further, this is about 7 hours ago, we do see a little bit more smoke up there. We also see a lot more snow that hadn't melted off yet on that volcano as well. And just popping in for a moment to say hello. Why, thank you, Laura. I do appreciate that, and thank you kindly. And it's always nice to see. Yeah, DJ, that's right. No, we don't want any of that. Anyway, this morning, of course, 2 Pineapples was out at Kilauea and put on a nice little show for us. And I'm very happy with the way his audio is working now. I hear him so much better, and I feel so good about that. Because I thought before it's always a struggle. I had to crank them up and other places down, and he's got that audio setting just right now. So beautiful. Anyway, that is 2 Pineapples. If you haven't gone over and had a look at their stream, it's definitely worthwhile. If you aren't subscribed, you might want to consider that. And you can actually bring that up. Let's see, how did I do that? I think it's 2P, 2 and there, something like that. No, I don't know if that's right. Maybe. Yeah, that did work. All right, there's 2 Pineapples link right there, you guys. In case you haven't gone over there and subscribed, you might want to consider doing that. It's a wonderful channel. Anyway, Popocatepetl is pretty awesome. Some weird-looking clouds above it, kind of puffy-looking things there for a while, and kind of wondered about that, but that's all right. And then earlier, as the sun was just rising, you've seen more of the wonderful off-gassing at the top there, and possibly a little bit of an eruption. I'm not sure. And that would have been at 7:01 a.m. And if we go back a little bit more here, here's your golden volcano for today, and that is definitely a worthy. I bought 2 Pineapples. Wow, Irish monk, that is awesome. And you bought 2 Pineapples. That is cool. And which 2 did you get? Oh, hang on, I know there's a lot of them out there. Different choices, right? I don't know. I don't know how you tell the difference between a good pineapple and a bad one, with the exception of the obvious, right? But hey, there's 2 Pineapples now in the channel. Go figure. And that is wonderful. And yeah, they were without snacks. 2 Pineapples didn't even have a pineapple slices or anything to munch on while they were up there. And I bet you that won't ever happen again. Till next time. Okay, anyway, enough of the bad humor. All right, a beautiful golden Popocatepetl on the screen, and we love it. I'm going to put that back to live, though, and guess this one is buffering. It's not going to show us anything, or is it? Let's see if it'll work. No, it refuses to come to life. And we'll refresh that one. We'll take a look at the other one. Same thing. That one is buffering too. I don't know why they do that. And we had such nice shots in this one as well. Sure, it refreshed. There we go. I wanted to get the better looking shot. Should be about here or so. That's not bad. You can see that we do have a little bit of pluming going on, and pretty awesome. Yeah, we do have actually Popocatepetl did that several times, as far as that golden volcano, even on this camera, and I'm trying to go all the way back to see if we can find it. Maybe it didn't get so golden on this one, and this is earlier in the day. A lot more snow on it, so that is what we've seen there, but definitely see a lot of off-gassing. Okay, this one is still doing its thing. Oh, there, it did go back. Let's see if we can get to a sunrise here to show it. That would have been right around here, or just a little bit before that. And no gold. No gold, and that is unfortunate, but that's all right, you guys. Not going to worry about it. We know what Popocatepetl is doing, and this is the present view. So it is in the clouds. They've got some storms happening there, and that's pretty normal. This is our other one that we like to look at and keep an eye on. This is El Volcán de Colima, or if you want to call it a Fuego de Colima, and that is south of Guadalajara, Mexico, and we aren't seeing any activity coming from the crater right now at present. And why is that not showing my mouse? I should see a mouse there. I bet you I see a mouse now. All right, so that's where it is right there. We're not seeing a darn thing. So pretty cool, but yep, Fuego de Colima is exactly right, Al. And speaking of Fuegos, let's go to our next Fuego. And this is a Fuego in Guatemala, not to be confused with the other one. Hello, Solitario. The solitary swimmer is here. One fish, welcome. Glad to have you on board. Get it? Glad to have you on board? No, never mind. That reminds me of that singing fish that you hang on the wall there, and it has a motion sensor in it, and when you walk by, it starts singing. What do we call that? One fish, dingo gas. Oh, dino gas. Hey, thanks, Perfectibility, Brian. Perfectibility, and that was for a $2 wonderful $2 super chat. Thank you kindly. And dino gas. Yep. There's a bunch of Sinclair gas stations in the United States, and their logo, of course, is a dinosaur, and their slogan, we put a dino in your tank, or something like that. Pretty awesome. Anyway, looking at Fuego, it had its moments. I'm just trying to find clear spots, and we did see a little bit. It was not bad for a while, but I did get a little bit of a recording, and I do want to put that on. This was from earlier this morning, so we'll throw that on. And this is a it's not popping this quickly, honestly, you guys. This is a time lapse, so things are snapping a little bit on the fast side there, but it is still continuing to off gas and throw out a bunch of wonderful lava. And this is a 5 a.m. now that we're watching roughly, and it was kind of neat watching that. I thought it was nice just to throw that in there, and that was kind of Lucas mentioned to me earlier this morning that it was doing that, so I figured, hey, let's go do a little video and see how it fares. Anyway, that is it, and that's where you see in about 5:30 it switched to color and gave a few more good shots, and there's your golden volcano, and that is pretty awesome. And it even puffed while it got gold, and Fuego never lets me down. Yeah, Fuego is a goer. It keeps going and going and going. And, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't puffing away like that in the clouds. And that is pretty awesome to see the little shots coming out. And we really do like that. Pretty awesome. So. Let's see. Just waiting for that to kind of finish, and then we'll go back to the regular viewing of there. That's it for that time-lapse video, and I will put this back on here. Actually, I'll leave it right there since it is kind of doing something. 11:45 a.m. It did have this little plume come out of it. And Piggy says, break time. Thank you, Piggy. That is awesome. I will go for a break. And that is really, really cool. I just wanted to go over Fuego, and that's good. So let me get you back to our lovely scenes. And hey, I turned that off. Oh, boy. Oh boy, eh? Those darn gremlins are at it again, and I'm sure they're in here somewhere. Where's that gremlins? Yeah, it's right there. And Starsky and Hutch are around here somewhere too. All right, there's your gremlins. And anyway, I'm putting Fuego back to where it should be, and finding my lava. I'll use my magic wand, turn that thing back on, and there we go. So for those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button and you're enjoying the show, by all means give it a shot. It's the most economical and the best way to help us out. Of course, the YouTube analytics really kick in after we get well over that 100 mark. So let's give that a whirl and see what we can do. Also, for those good people who have not yet subscribed, please do consider subscribing if you feel we've earned it. And by all means, don't forget to hit that bell notification while you're there. On that friendly note, we're going to say we're going to have some bacon seeds after the break. And don't go away. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I will be back in about 5 minutes. Keep smiling. the microphone is back on. So welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you on board. And I'm just trying to read what Irish Monk just put down here. Irish Monk says Dr. Fox and Piggy are not volcano related, but the car is still parked at Reykjavik. Only has a small 2,500 euro tax to pay. Well, Irish, if you rent it out for 4 days, you'll get your money back. So that should be okay. You can do that really quickly. It's a good investment. So anyway, thank you for the welcome backs from Sue Hayes and Duchess of Elements, Gura, and Kevin Haynes says subscribe to Petro's channel. Excellent. And yes, I did peak there, and we're up a few subscribers. And for those who haven't looked, that link that I've got pinned in the top of the chat box is for our interesting fellow who did some drone flights out there at Ragnar, and we showed that earlier and kind of liked it, and hopefully he'll enjoy getting a few more subscribers. He's got some wonderful videos on there, and we'll be putting up more Icelandic stuff, so that is really cool. We do hope that he gets a few decent ones of Ragnar's area there, and that would be pretty good. And thank you, Piggy, for subscribing there as well. So anyway, I did promise bacon seeds, so I'm going to use my magic power and stop this volcano again. And there we go. Now I'm going to try to use more magic power and find my mouse. Hang on, hamster. I got to get that right. I have a mouse without a tail, so it's got to be a hamster according to the hamster specialists in here. So that is all good. Let's go over and have a look at our bacon seeds. And of course, these were our swimmers from yesterday, so that is where we left off. Hammy hamster, yep, and this is that's not a hamster, and that is not a hamster either. Neither one of those are hamsters. I can tell you that, but I don't know. Somebody's got some big eyes looking at that little pig, going, "What the heck are you? How come you're wearing a pink harness? Yeah, you're not a dog." Anyway, lots of fun. Gotta love that. The look on that dog's face is kind of, snout to snout. Yep, and definitely worthy. And here's a little guy. He's got his little pet wabbit. Isn't that nice? He's got a cuddly bunny for a little wonderful little piggy. Gotta love it. That's looks pretty awesome, you guys. And next bacon seed, here we go. And oh, scratch that itch. That is in the right spot. Look at the smile on his face, and that has got to be just right. And that, you can't get a bigger smile. Really, you honestly can't. That has got to be one of the cutest things that you could see right there. The little guy with his eyes closed and his head up, and definitely not shying away, and he is enjoying that. So, yep, a little head scratch and a big smile on his face, and there you go. I gotta love it. Next one, and this one here, almost camouflaged. That background is kind of deceiving. I don't think they thought about that when they took that picture, but a lot of black and white in there, and they could have maybe considered using a different background, but a cute little guy, and definitely camouflaged, if you ask me. Pretty awesome. And let's see, I got another email just came in. I'm apparently during my break here, I've been bombarded. I've gotten 7 emails during the break, and people need to understand when I'm taking a break, I'm taking a break. I walk away from the computer and I don't have time to open the email, but we'll take a look. Anyway, there's some more camouflage equipment, and we like that little guy. He looks like he's ready to get comfortable, I think. And Sue Hayes, no, not you. It wasn't you. It was other good people, and we don't mind getting the stuff. So, and let's get our last wonderful bacon seed for right now is this little guy, and that is a very shy looking little fella, and I don't know, he looks scared. Most of the other ones look happy and ready to go. This guy looks a little bit frightened. Maybe he sees something that he doesn't like, or who knows, but that is a cute little guy. Hey, Leo is here. Welcome. I'm glad to have you on board, Leo. And yeah, a fawn pig, and that's kind of what it looks like. Now, Piggy sent me a couple of pictures as well during the break here of some sunset stuff, and I was able to save those, but I haven't loaded them yet, and we'll see if we can bring those up real quick. And let's see, this one first, and see if we can get that into the right place here. Hang on. I'm trying to move it and get it over there to the side so we can make it a little bigger. All right. There's one of the sunset pictures that Piggy sent, and then the other one is around here somewhere too. And no, what tornado? There's no tornado, not here. That's a sunset, not a tornado. A big difference. And let's see if we can get the other one loaded for Piggy as well. And she had some awesome little images there. And here's the other one, and that one is apparently a vertical video shot here, or sorry, picture. Somebody forgot to turn the camera sideways. There it is, and so much harder to see, but yeah. Anyway, that's it for our bacon seeds for right now. I do have a couple other pictures that were sent in. I will try to maybe have a look and see if we can put them on during the next break. But for right now, we'll carry on with our wonderful volcanoes around the world. Did I say welcome, old mummy of hamsters? And in my town, Ohio, is a tornado warning right now. Oh boy. Hopefully you're doing okay, and yeah, please make sure you stay safe there, old mummy of hamsters. We don't want you getting hurt, okay? So have your plan in place, by all means, to seek shelter. All right, next place to go. Let's see what we can find. And all right, where are we? There we are. That will be over at Merapi, and Merapi is in the clouds. That is not making us happy. And Merapi, of course, kind of looking like that earlier in the day, and cloud periods for the most part at night as well, making it very difficult to see. As you can see, you can't even see it there, and we do see a little bit there. So it really was poor all night long, So I'm going to say Merapi is a wash for today, and I'll leave that alone, and we'll head on over to New Zealand and have a look. And it is raining in New Zealand, so that is also a wash for today. Get it? A wash? It's raining, it's a wash? Never mind. Okay, bad humor. Punny. We are safe, and I have a striped tights on, just in case I gotta go. Oz? Oh, in case you gotta go to Oz. Make sure you take some red slippers with you. I think those come in handy. I really don't know. I've never been in a real tornado. I've seen them from a distance, whether it's 500 feet or 5 miles, but I've never been in one, so I have no idea what it would be like. Anyway, that is New Zealand, Merapi, and no, not Merapi, Ruapehu, I'm sorry, and we are not seeing a darn thing there. And Merapi was this picture, which was really very, very cloudy right now. So they've got some storms going on there as well. Hopefully Semeru will be a little better. Nope, I guess not. Semeru is also a wash, and that is what we're seeing from them right now. Let's see if we can try to bring up the other one, which is the Indonesian, where they usually have 4. Nope, nothing. So the other stream isn't on. Indonesian volcano monitoring, not on right now. So this is it, you guys, and we are definitely not seeing a Semeru in that particular shot. Moving on, let's head on over to this guy, and of course we don't see anything. That is Suwanoshi Jima in Japan. I happened to leave it there because I forgot to put it back on the other one. While we're here, let's just have a look. It is actually a not a bad day there from the looks of things, but if we go back, didn't see a heck of a lot happening earlier in the morning. There you could see a little bit of that cloud or off-gassing in the crater, nothing serious. And if we move back in time a little bit more, again, we're really not seeing anything major happening there. And it looked like they had stars up and wandering around, stuff like that. It's either that or UFOs. And anyway, going back in time a little bit, 10 after 2 in the morning, and nothing there. Going back 1:30, nothing. And there's, I think, the moon, and that is at 20 minutes after midnight at their time. So that's kind of what we see. Really nothing major going on there. So let's go over to the next one on the list, and that is, of course, our wonderful Sakurajima. And Sakurajima is in the clouds again, unfortunately. And even if we go back in time, it was pretty much that way all the way along. When we look at the nighttime shot, it does look like there's a little bit of off-gassing happening. I can't tell if that's lens flare or what the scoop is. If we go back a little earlier, that light was still there, so hard to tell. This is a shot much earlier, 3:41 a.m., and you really can't tell what the heck is going on there. Putting that back to live, 9:21 a.m. There in Japan. Let's take a look at the other shot here. And of course, our ice cream boat is not in. Definitely don't see either one. Not sure if he's coming or going or what he's doing. I see a boat out there, too far away to tell which one it is. But that is our Sakurajima right there. And again, you can see the top is in the clouds, so very, very difficult to see. Close-up view, no chance at seeing anything there. And that is what we've got. That close-up cam is just all foggy and full of clouds, and really couldn't make out a darn thing. You know, just you can barely see some edges once in a while, and that's all. So that is the close-up cam of Sakurajima. And we'll carry on to the next one. And of course, this is our wonderful Mount Fuji. Can't you tell by the wonderful shape? Oh, hang on, there's clouds in the way. Yeah, we've got clouds, but we can fix that. We go back in time, and there it is. That is in the very, very wee hours of the morning where the sunlight first ended up hitting it. And that's kind of nice. Sunrise on Mount Fuji. Pretty awesome. And let's take a look at one more volcano. And that is also a wash today. And that is Aso-san. And it definitely is not peeking through anywhere when you're looking at it. And yeah, it's in the clouds, you guys, in the clouds. Nothing we can do about it, and I'll leave it there. I'll put it back on here, see if we got an ice cream boat coming yet. We'll have to check back later, otherwise we won't get any ice cream. And it does look like that guy's going in the other direction, so it's not him. Maybe this is him coming here. Don't know for sure. I think it might be. We'll peek in at him in a few minutes. Next place to go is Taal. Oh, isn't that a beautiful picture as well? Batting 100 today, guys. That is a Taal volcano. And yes, it is nice looking. Let's go back to about just about 3 hours ago, and there you go. That's what it looked like in the wee hours, and we have seen that it was off-gassing just a little bit and not anything major. So we do know that it does have something going on, just not a heck of a lot. And if we move forward in time, this is 2.5 hours ago. That's what it started looking like. And then it just got superior and superior, so you couldn't see it after a little while. And even at the 2 hour mark, it was almost gone. Here's, yeah, 2 hours ago. And there you go. You can see it raining. That is kind of awesome. Jungle rain showers. And that is washing all the SO2 out of the air. That's probably helpful. Hey, Billy Bob Joe popped in. Good to see you. That's what my brain looks like today. Clouds. Cloudy? Oh, come on. 2 pineapples. By the way, if you're glued to the couch, does pineapple have a natural glue? I'm just wondering. I know it's got those spiny things that stick out there. They probably hook into the cloth on the couch, and you're probably stuck there. I can't get up and do anything anymore. So pretty cool. I'm just kidding around. We like pineapples. Anyway, there is what it looks like right now in the Philippines. And that is a Taal volcano, and unfortunately not that great. And let's see if I can get back onto that one and make that picture move. And I might have to refresh that. Yep, I'm going to have to refresh that. I'm sorry. And that is unfortunate, but it wasn't moving, you guys. And let's see if we can get that going. Turn that on. Okay, there we go. Just need to get it into the right spot. Whoop, one tick too far. almost there. Anyway, that is a Yellowstone National Park, and it is not looking too bad out there today. We don't see as many people as we did yesterday, but hey, that's okay. Still lots of pedestrians walking around, providing fodder for our wonderful Sasquatches that live in the area. And be very careful out there when if you ever go to Yellowstone. Don't tease the buffalo, okay? Really, it's not a smart thing to do. You might get trampled or something like that. So that is what we're seeing there. And unfortunately, they're not showing anything that is really, really interesting or cool. So I wish they would. It is pretty much break time, though, you guys. So instead of starting out with Hawaii, well, hang on. Let's do Hawaii real quick. We'll do the earthquakes afterwards. And hang on, turn that off. All right. Hawaii, I said, not there. Okay, that's Hawaii. And there we go. That is what it looked like at 3:41 a.m. And that was a lavally shot. Of course, looks like neon lights, and pretty cool, pretty awesome. That's the lava pond out there in Kilauea. And of course, there's your tow area, which apparently has a lava tube running in underneath here, right about at that point. Also, I'm not sure what these 2 points are. And we won't mention that Trevor is using this end to vacuum out the lava. And I'm kidding, you guys. We don't do that. We have a special connection. Anyway, that's what it is looking like right now. And very happy to report that lava pond is very, very full. Same thing with the tow. And the tow actually looks fuller than the lava pond, and that is quite interesting. We do still see our major cracks over here, and wonder what's going to happen in the future to that area, if that will continue to slump down, or you know, if it breaks off, it could flip, or who knows, lots of different things. Break time, thank you, Piggy. One more picture here. And that is the thermal, and that is from before. There's your primary vent, Hornito down here, lava tube going in that direction. This is the one from 342. This is refreshed, and of course you can see the floating or higher mass out here, and then a little less stuff or elevation on the outer rim. We do see some hot spots out here, so we know fresh lava has gotten to those areas. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. It is break time, you guys, so I will put it back over and get you back onto some lavally lava, and you can enjoy that. Just want to start that up. There we go. And I am going to go take a break. So for those good people who have not yet hit that like button, please do consider hitting that like button. And if you're enjoying this, of course. And also for those who are new and have not yet subscribed, do hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell notification if you feel we've earned this. So by all means, for right now, stick around. I'm going to take another 5-minute break or so. And then we will go over the earthquakes that happen at Hawaii and then around the world, and then we'll go on from there to see active volcanoes and weather. So don't go away, you guys, and I'll see if I can load up a picture or two if I have time here. Break comes first. So don't go away, you guys. Keep smiling, be good, and play nice in the lava. Okay, don't try to catch any of those nice lit up fuzzy things falling down. They hurt. Okay, I'll be back. Stop. Not that one. This one. Okay, I'll be back, you guys. Okay, I've got the microphone back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you on board. And of course, I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. I see a few more people popped in. Pardon me. And thank you for the welcome backs from Kevin and Duchess and Gura and Lucas and Sharon Stewart says, I can hear you. I can hear you, Dr. Fox. There we go. Okay. Best impressions, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, Matt Martin, welcome. And yes, this is from last year, from October 27th. And that is what we're having a look at and reminiscing about. And that was a pretty awesome display. So I'm going to use my magic and stop that, though, right there. Hey, Andy Morgan popped in as well. Good to see you. I tickle moose and goats and puffins. That's why Elena won't marry me. Okay, Irish. I didn't need to know that. And speaking of Irish monk, excuse me, I'm just going to go over to here for a second and load a picture. And of course, Irish has the Irish pigs, and he says they are squeaky clean. So here's your squeaky clean Irish pigs. And as soon as my computer will allow me to make it bigger, I will. And there we go. Yeah, these guys are squeaky clean pigs, right? And that is kind of funny. Yeah, definitely looking. Some of them got pretty darn big ears. Is that so they can hear you coming? Or what's the scoop there, Irish monk? Anyway, one more picture that was also sent in, and that was from Duchess of Elements. And hopefully I can find it. There it is. And Duchess sent this one in, and basically it says aloha oink, and I'm not sure, DSRE, and I get Duchess of Elements, something like that. But anyway, pretty awesome, you guys. Yep, no worries, Irish monk. Got you all figured out there. And that is all cool. So let's keep it clean. Keep it clean. There you go. And we'll carry on. I did mention that we are going to take a look at the earthquakes out at Hawaii. So let's go there now. And if I can find my earthquake map, and there we go. First thing I always kind of scan for are the red ones. We do see a brand new 4.5 here in Japan from 1750 their time, and that was 40 kilometers down. 4.5, not that big, but not that small. So hopefully they'll be okay there. Zooming into the Hawaiian Islands, of course, there's the entirety of the, a good portion of the chain. And I won't say the entirety because I don't know which ones are all involved in there, but there's a lot of them. Zooming in to the area, just to change it to ocean for a second. Pardon me. Luihi Seamound is right out here, and just seeing one new one out there today, 2.4 at 7:57 a.m., 8.4 kilometers down on that guy. So that's kind of what we're seeing there, and we'll move in to the mainland a little bit more. I see some stuff. I'm going to put it back on satellite view there. I see some up here on Mauna Loa. And of course down here in Pahala, and we see one right beside Kilauea, and just to the northwest of Kilauea. So let's have a look and see what we've got. So not too much over here, only have the 2.2 from yesterday, actually. 2030 was the time on that one. And this guy here is 2.1 from today, 1532. And then we carry on a little bit further, a little bit bigger one, 3.0. And that is from 4:59 a.m. And then we have a 2.2 here, 11:31. And this guy here is from 10:50 a.m., 2.2. We got two of them stacked right together there. A 1.9, 14:38, and another 1.8 from 8:04 a.m. This guy here, a 1.8 from 2:05 a.m. Then we also have a 2.0 from 14:31, sliding over a little bit more, and looking at this guy, 1.9, 2:31 in the morning, 2:36 in the morning. And then we have this guy here, 2.1 from 14:20 this afternoon. So that's the Pahala area, and that is actually quite interesting. Let's go up here onto Mauna Loa and welcome to Kananaskis country. Good to see you. Kathy is also here, and I think I got Andy Morgan earlier. Welcome. But let's have a look at these four real quick. By the way, the ones down in the Pahala area, from 29 to about 36 kilometers down in depth, and they're all in that same ballpark. That's why I don't mention it. This 1.8 though is 4.5 kilometers down, 3:40 a.m. For that guy. 1.9 right here, 2.4 kilometers down. Yesterday's from 23:36, and then we have a 2.8 from yesterday as well at 23:29, 4.4 kilometers down. And this last guy right there, 2.3 from today, 2:27 a.m., 2.3 kilometers down. So that's what we see there. Not sure if I got this guy here. 1.9 from 3:56 a.m., 8.8 kilometers down. And then as we get closer to Kilauea, we see 2.0 at 13:55, 5.1 kilometers down. And that is awesome to see. A little bit of action. And then we have this 1.7. 0.9 of a kilometer down, 3:30 this morning, and that is pretty cool to see. So that's it for quakes out here on the big island of Hawaii. We don't see anything over on Mauna Kea, and just those on Mauna Loa, and that little bit down there for our wonderful Kilauea. So and the lava bowl is full, and we like it. And okay, Kevin, you're leaving. Take care, Kevin. All the best. And okay, that's the caldera on the Mauna Loa. We hiked across to the summit. Wow, it's no wonder you blew your knee out or your leg. 2 pineapples, that kind of wear and tear is hard on you. And I'm sure it's had a lot to do with that, and probably aggravated it. You need to get up there in a helicopter, or just fly the drone up. I don't know, something, and enjoy the sights that way. Hope you fare well with that leg though. 2 pineapples. And that is for the male member of the 2 pineapples, and not the female one. All right, 6 days of to cross Mauna Loa from one side to the other. Wow, that's a long hike. That's a long trip. That's a lot of travel, and no wonder. And you blow your leg out doing that. Anyway, let's zoom out here and see where other quakes are around the world that are of significance. And of course, I always go after the red ones first. We already got this guy over here in Japan. What's on this red one? 2.2 in Oklahoma. What is it? Naskatuga? Naskatunga, if I pronounced it correctly. Oklahoma had a 2.2. That is really weird. And I'm not sure why, but yep, that is a little there it is, a little bit odd. Mind you, they've also had some down here in Texas again, 3.1, and that is kind of interesting, 9.1 kilometers down for that guy from yesterday. I'm not going to worry about him though, so I'm going to carry on looking through all of these, and we don't see anything major on the Aleutian Islands and nothing up in Kamchatka. We did have this guy here, a 4.5 in the disputed areas of the Russian slash Japanese islands, and that is from yesterday at 1859 for that 4.5, which is 135 kilometers down. This one was the one that was read just a few minutes ago here, 40 kilometers down for that guy from 750 or 1750 UTC at their time, or sorry, the Japanese time. My bad. I gotta get the times right. Anyway, 4.6 here, and that is also part of Japan. And of course, that is in the Philippine Sea here, and this plate is subducting underneath this area over here, which is the East China Sea is what they call that, and that's where the subduction is happening. Going down into Indonesia, we see this 5.0 Philippines, bottom end of the Philippine Islands. And then we see a few more here in Indonesia itself for 4.4 on that guy and a 4.7 on that one. And I think they're both yesterday's. No, this one is today from 1538. The other one was from yesterday. When was this guy from? That was yesterday's as well. So I'm not going to worry about those guys so much. We do, I've never seen that little quake before, 2.9. We must have missed him somehow. I'm surprised that he's there. This one I think we got, but the other one we didn't. Moving up along the Kermadec Ridge, and we do see this 4.8, and that was yesterday's as well from 2019. And then up here in our Tonga and Fiji area, and that is another 4.8 that we've got up there from 11:35 today, showing 10 kilometers down. In other words, they don't know how deep it really was. So that's what we've got over there. Nothing really super big anywhere. We do see off the coast of Guatemala 4.6 from yesterday, 2142, 35 kilometers down. And this guy here, 4.8 off the coast of Costa Rica, 25.3 kilometers down, also yesterday at 2222. And that is pretty much it for sizable quakes. I think I want to zoom in here. This is close to Piggy's house, and Piggy is on the island of Kos right there. And this is the island of Crete, and this is a 4.8. So she may have felt that one 3:01 a.m. This morning, and that was unknown depth because they put 10 kilometers on it. There was also another one over here in Turkey, 4.1, and that one was at 13:49. I doubt that Piggy would have felt that one. She might have felt this one though. Piggy being here in the island of Kos, and this is where the earthquake was. It's very, very possible that is a sizable 4.8, so definitely possible that she felt it. I'm not sure if she's still awake, but if she's sleeping, I don't want to wake her up. Anyway, that is what we're seeing earthquake-wise. Let's pop over and take a look at the Canary Islands, since we haven't gone there yet. And active volcano in Doolin, Ireland. We'll have to check that out in a second. Hang on. We got a little guy right here in the water. 2.0 happened at 2101 UTC, and that is just to the north of Gran Canaria, or if you want to call it to the east of the northern end of Tenerife. But out in the water, not going to hurt anybody, not going to worry about it. Hey, Grandma B, wow, thank you for that wonderful super chat. Grandma B throws in a $3 super chat. Thank you very kindly, Grandma B. I do appreciate that wonderful support, and that is awesome. And let's zoom in. Actually, before we zoom in over onto La Palma, I want to just mention here. Remember all the little swarm that we had up here on Tede? We're just not seeing them. We've only got one left, and that was a very small quake, 0.8, and that was surface, and really nothing of that big swarm came back. So anyway, going back over to La Palma, we'll zoom in a little bit. Of course, Yvonne is here in Tazacorte, and that is where she's enjoying her vacation. And this is where they dropped their beers, and she caught a lava worker dropping the beer. I'm kidding. Nothing for today. We've got 0 earthquakes today. In other words, they didn't drop their beers today. The last one was from yesterday at 8:14, and that was it, and it was 7 kilometers down. Very quiet there. Moving on, and we'll take a look. I'm going to refresh this map as well here, so we know what we're looking at. And of course, this is our volcano map from the basic volcanoes around the world. We won't spend too much time on it. Just there's Asja up there in Iceland, and actually that's the most the northernmost volcano on here, and the southernmost is Erebus down here in Antarctica, and that's kind of neat. South Sandwich Islands here, a microvolcano still doing its thing. Here we see those other quakes that we've seen earlier, and as we notice, we don't see any volcanoes showing up on New Zealand. This would be Tofua, and that is the only one that is listed in Tonga now. And of course, here you've got what is it, Goa, and of course Aoba here in Vanuatu, as well as Yasur, and that's what we're seeing out there. Nothing too crazy or weird. Everything is pretty much normal here with these other volcanoes, and really nothing has turned red. Luolatak, Semeru, Merapi, and Krakatoa. And then you have in here Ibu and Dukono. And I see that Bulusan is yellow and no longer orange, and that is probably a good thing for them. Going up here, of course, Suwanosi Jima still red, and the same thing with Sakura Jima. So we do know they are still active. Looking at what's happening on the Kamchatka Peninsula, a little quieter today. Chikarachki is a yellow, of course. Ibiko still an orange, and Karimsky, I'm surprised that they didn't put that guy back to red because of its eruptions, but a lot of SO2 coming out of that guy. Bezimiani and Chevalish still are there, being happy and doing their thing. So pretty awesome, pretty cool, and really nothing else. Heard Island volcano still down on the bottom, no changes. Zooming back in, Mayat, Old Daño, and our famous Nicaragua, DR Congo, not Nicaragua, and DR Congo is where it is. Ertael there, and zooming in here to Italy, and of course Etna as an orange, and a volcano as yellow, and then Stromboli is still going, and then of course Campi up here. Nothing major to worry about, and of course this is St. George out here in the wonderful Atlantic Ocean, and that of course mid-Atlantic ridge right there, and that'll be your European plate, and this will be part of the African plate, and the divider line is right here. So there's your north-south divider, and north-south, and then your east-west divider is there. So pretty cool. I'll leave that alone, and we'll move on to weather real quick, and let's see if we can get over and refresh an SO2 chart really quickly. And look, it's sunny here. I would have never figured that out. Glad the weather guessers indicated that. Anyway, not bad looking in the Canada and the United States, looking down in Mexico and the Caribbean, not overly bad. I think the wind currents are taking it every which way here, so it's very hard to say where things are going. It does look like it's pluming out into the Pacific here, but I think some of that is actually coming back in. You can kind of see up in the top here. It's curling this way again, so we may see things change there a little bit. There's that big storm, by the way, and I don't know what's going to happen. It is moving further north, and I don't think it's going to get pushed out here. I think what's going to happen is it's going to end up going northward, and we'll see. We'll see. Lots of SO2 coming off of Hawaiian Islands, though, and that is not a surprise, and that is what we're seeing. South America looking pretty good, and we do see the currents pushing it right across the continent again, and back out into the Atlantic Ocean, going back down here to New Zealand. We do see White Isle volcano still off-gassing, even though it is a green, and then of course we don't see anything from Ruapehu. Moving up here, we do see Tofua doing its thing, and then of course there's Yasur and his buddies, and getting down there. Nothing or major coming off of Tasmania, and here Melbourne might be Leo may have his barbecue on as well, but the refineries in the area are probably producing some of that, as well as the pollution of people. Hey, wee Davy, laughing at a new saying, a heat wave in UK, it's called summer. Wee Davy, yeah, I have to agree with you. And that is something that is unusual, and they may not have had that for a while. And anyway, this plume here, and mostly from the coal coking plants, and there's a lot of coal mining going on here. So that's what we see there in Australia. Okay, Vanuatu is still pretty normal. Same thing with the ones over here in Papua New Guinea. Looks like a real heavy plume coming out of Ibu and Dukono, making it really nasty right in that one spot. Mind you, they don't look like they've got a lot of wind taking that stuff away. It looks like it's actually sitting there curling around probably a low or high sitting right on top of it. And Luolatok would be making this plume, and then of course Semeru, Merapi, and Krakatoa doing those. Going over here, Bulusan, the one they've downgraded, a lot less SO2 being emitted from it, and very little coming from our Taal volcano right there in the Philippines. Probably more coming from Manila than there is from the volcano. These guys out here off-gassing, I'm still trying to figure out which volcanoes those actually are, since they don't show up on the maps as much, but we'll worry about them later. They're not going to hurt anybody, there's nobody living out there from what I understand on some of those islands, so it's pretty cool. And of course, going up here, Suwanosi-jima has got this little plume here. A lot of that stuff from China is just pouring out and over, and that pollution is just horrible. And both North Korea, South Korea, and Japan are kind of getting hit by it. So that's what we've got. Here's our Kamchatka Peninsula, and okay, you know what? It isn't Karimsky. It's Bezimiani that is doing the SO2 today. From the looks of things, Karimsky would be down here, unless I'm wrong. But that's Shivalish up there, Bezimiani, and then Karimsky, and that is what it looks like to me. Possibly could be wrong, but there we go. We got these guys down here, not going to worry about that. Looking at India, some pretty heavy plumes there. A lot of people pollution, same thing with Saudi Arabia, and it's on both sides here. And we don't see anything coming out of Urta Ale because of it. And this volcano here in DR Congo is also adjacent to coal mining. So they've got some coal fields and then coking plants as well, causing those issues. This, of course, is the smelters in South Africa for their gold and what is it, platinum that they've got down there. Looking into Europe real quick, not so much of that SO2 left over here for Piggy to worry about. So that's a little bit better, but we do see a lot of that heading to the south and right into Africa from, and then it'd be from Etna as well as Stromboli, not Merapi, Stromboli, and Volcano and Etna right there. So that is kind of what that's producing. And people pollution here for the most part in the European countries, and looks like Holland and Germany and part of Poland, and going up into Denmark, even coming all the way up into good Sweden here, and they don't usually have that. So seeing some of that, not that good, but that's what it is. And looking out here in Iceland, we don't see that much coming off of there, and very, very little, so I'm not going to worry about what's going on there. That's it for the SO2 map. Popping over here to the other one, and we will go through temperatures today. And in some places the temperatures were a lot higher, and other places a lot lower today than they were yesterday, which is probably good. Here's that storm, so it's moved up from about here up to here, and again, it's going to be very hard to say where it's going to go, or if it's going to die out, or what it's going to do. If it wants to keep going this way to the northeast, or northwest, and head over towards Hawaii, it's got a lot of battling and pushing to do to try to get it up there. With the currents from this system here pushing it back down, and I don't know if that's going to cause too much effect there, but we'll see. Anyway, looking at Alaska, a lot cooler today. We do still see a heat plume going all the way up into the Northwest Territories, all the way along the Mackenzie River up here. Really quite neat. Looking at British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and going all the way into northern Ontario. Pretty calm as far as temperatures are concerned. Seasonal, and I kind of like it. It was 25 degrees here today, so a lot more pleasant, not too hot. But when we get into the United States, we see in some places it was just a cooking. And when you get up here, looking at some of these states, you gotta go, oh boy, you know, the humidity level and 36 degrees Celsius is a killer. And that kind of thing. So for Washington and Oregon, you've got some higher humidity levels that'll really burn you out with that 36, 37 degrees. But heat in general for most of the United States, it kind of left the East Coast a little bit cooler, which is probably nice. But we're looking down here in Texas and places like that. 39, 40 degrees in some spots. And of course, looking at Death Valley, 48 degrees, I see. Thanks, Sue. Death Valley here in wonderful, I'm not sure, I think it's in Arizona, or is it in California? Anyway, it's hot. It's really hot there. 48 2 Celsius. Too hot for me, okay? Put it that way. And Arizona Snowman, of course, right in here somewhere where that A is, and he's got about 39, 40 degrees as well. So that's kind of what we're seeing. A lot of heat in California, and it'd be Nevada, Arizona, and moving over New Mexico, and all those places. Yeah, very hot. That whole area is just a cooking. If you want better temperatures, you can actually go down to Cancun here on the Yucatan Peninsula, and they've got 28, 29 degrees. Same thing, 29 here in Florida, and a little cooler in some spots in northern Georgia, bottom end here, 26 degrees, not bad. 26, 27 in these other states, going all the way up. And even here in, I guess, Nova Scotia and those areas, some 18, 19 degrees, 20 degrees, not bad. Newfoundland, a little bit cooler, and yeah, that's pretty awesome, you guys. I like those temperatures. I'm moving southward here. Central America, and pretty normal, a little cooler in the Amazon today, depending on where you are, and definitely noticeable. Cutoff line has moved down a little bit, Buenos Aires again, and kind of a weird cut. And yeah, down here in Chile and Argentina, very cold, -1, 2, depending on where you are. Did I see a -8 there? -12. Yeah, minus. Okay, let's not look at that. That's shameful and cold. I don't like it. Moving over here to New Zealand. Hopefully it's not quite as bad. And yeah, still pretty cold on the South Island, 2, 3, 4 degrees. Not good, depending on where you are, 6, 7 in the northern portions. Going on to the North Island, a little bit warmer, and really a lot warmer up on the peninsula here, but looking not too bad. Zooming in, that's winter time, by the way, for those good folks. Same thing with Tasmania here, winter time, 6, 7 degrees, depending on where you are, up to 8 or 9 in other places. Melbourne, looking at 9 degrees for Melbourne. And Irish Monk, Wow. $3 super chat. Let me write that down. Irish and €3 super chat. And let's just take a look. The goats spent their weekly allowance. Hoof money. Oh, wow. That's awesome. And I guess that's €1 from each one. Is there? Okay, so that's pretty cool. Hoof money. Hoof money. That is excellent. All right. Anyway, seeing what we've got here, 10 degrees in Adelaide, looking at 9, 10 around the Melbourne area. A little bit better than yesterday. Not so darn cold. A little warmer here in Sydney as well at 14 or thereabouts. And sliding up a little bit more. Brisbane holding in at 16 or so. I see the northern portions of Australia are rewarming, and even out here in the northwestern areas, Perth is still, like I say, 14. It's a little better than what they were seeing, so I'm glad it warmed up. Let's see, what have we got here? Wee Davy, no, I got it. Never mind. Okay, where is that place? 1 degree Celsius. I don't want to go there. It's too cold. Anyway, looking at our stuff here in our Malaysian, Indonesian, and Philippine area, and of course the Philippine Sea seems to have this big high pressure going around in it, and then I can't remember what that area is there. Anyway, looking at these other ones, Bangkok, 28 degrees, 27, 28. It says 26 on the screen. Oh, 96% relative humidity. I bet you it's raining. Anyway, going up a little bit more, taking a look at what we've got here in Japan. Variable depending on where you are, anywhere from 29 down here in the bottom up to about 15 up in the top. So all depends on where you're located. Kamchatka Peninsula is still holding in some very nice warm temperatures. I'm surprised. That is usually polar bear country. And let's continue on here. India, not looking too bad. Same thing with Pakistan here. Quite warm, pretty normal. Saudi Arabia, desert area, of course, very, very hot. And that is going all the way into Iraq and portions of Iran. And of course, the lighter areas up here, the yellows, and those are usually mountains, and that's why they're up a little higher, a little cooler. And going across the Sahara, we see the temperatures. And today I was not able to find anything that was 50 degrees. I think 42 was about the highest I was able to see. So a little cooler, if you will, for that area. And we see also a little cooler in Spain and Portugal, and going up, not quite as bad in England and France and those areas today. So a lot of reprieve from that heat wave that they had. Germany seems to be holding a lot of warmth though, and for nighttime temperatures to see 23, 24 degrees. That is pretty awesome. And Yvonne's house here be somewhere around 17, 18 degrees while she is basking in the warmer temperatures of Tazacorte and La Palma. And we see 17, 18 in England, a little cooler out in the Wales area. Irish monk is back in his home country, and of course he's got about 12 or 13 degrees there in Doolin, and that is pretty normal for their dirty pigs. I mean, the clean, squeaky clean pigs. And I'm kidding. Scotland looking a little bit cooler, probably slightly cooler than Ireland. Going up a little bit more, Denmark still holding a lot of heat, and we do have some down here in the bottom portion of Sweden and Norway still holding on some nice heat, but we don't see, well, at least it's not really cold temperatures, and that is nice all the way along here. That hot air is probably re-warmed everything, which is really good. Finland actually not too bad either, and then we're looking out here Russian areas, not so bad, so all good. St. Petersburg coming in at 17 today. Moving up to Iceland, having a quick peek there, and a little cooler, and 8-9 degrees out here on the Reykjanes Peninsula, and depending on where you are, anywhere from about 7 degrees on to about 12 degrees. And of course, you get into the highlands, you're going to get cooler temperatures, especially if you're sitting on top of the ice packs, things like that. And zooming back out just a little, I wanted to see how this is faring here. And we've got 2 lows sitting here. And of course, this low is really helping pull up all of this, what we call the Gulf Stream air, or sorry, Gulf Stream waters and temperatures. And that is making its way up to here. This low here is kind of dividing it up, and kind of odd to see that, but if that guy moves out of the way, and I don't know where he's going to go, but I'm hoping that they will get the air currents going back in this direction and keep it warmer there. So pretty awesome, but that is what it is. If we zoom in, we do see a little bit better here. Some very hot temperatures in the U.S. and of course Phoenix, 42 degrees in Phoenix, and 43 where Snowman lives, and that is kind of what we're seeing there. Okay, let's pop out of that, and we'll get into our storms and take a look and see what's happening. As you can see, a little clear for me today, and nice clear skies all day. That stuff moved off and left us alone. We do see this system up north here, as well as what's happening up in Alaska, and looking at northern Manitoba and parts of Nunavut, Saskatchewan and Manitoba getting some of that. Ontario getting nailed with a nasty storm there, and going out to the eastern coast, we see this funny hook coming right down on Nova Scotia. So, Newfoundland, Nova Scotia would be all right. Zooming in here a little bit, I want to see what's going on with the storms in Florida. Not too bad. Not as organized of a mess as before. So it's kind of just scattered thunderstorms all over the place. And we do see here northern portions of Arizona, they've got some storms, and New Mexico and Colorado have some storms as well. And seeing up in the northern portions of Texas, going into Oklahoma, okay. And here's that nasty thing zoomed in a little bit in Ontario. So yeah, that is pretty nasty looking. And we always worry about tornadoes from these systems, and trust me when I say there have been tornadoes, lots of them, down in the lower portions of Ontario, and we get them here in Canada just like any other country. We're not special, and again, here's where that storm is. I'm not sure where that's going to go yet. It's moving very slowly, and northern portions of South America, basically the Amazon stuff. Some of the Amazon is actually much larger, but the northern portions are definitely getting nailed. Down here, the Chile part of Chile is really getting cold, snow, lots of snow, and you can see that there. Moving over to New Zealand, and there we go. We see that nasty system right there, and it is wreaking havoc with New Zealand. That high moved over and keeping a little bit clear for Melbourne and that area, but I see here on the western coast we've got this nasty storm happening, going all the way across Perth, and I hope that doesn't hit Brisbane, and that is to the north of Brisbane, and hopefully it'll stay out there and won't come to shore. Looking in our Indonesian and Philippine areas, again, we do see variable storms. Actually, a little bit better looking on East Java, or sorry, Java Island and Central. In general, I should say, it's not so bad. But Philippines here, that's why we weren't able to see anything of Taal. That is pretty nasty. And down here, southern portions of the Sea of Japan, hitting right into South Korea. Pretty nasty looking storm there. And then we have stuff out in the islands, of course, going up for, I was going to say the Japanese islands, they're Russian or disputed, whatever. And looking at Africa, pretty normal. We do see our equatorial storm going all the way across there. Has not failed us yet. And of course, looking pretty dry here in Greece and all of those countries, Spain, Italy, France, looking pretty dry. We do have this here in Germany, so that is Germany and Holland are probably getting some rain and some thunderstorms, possibly a little bit of rain down in London as well, and not that much. And we're looking here in Ireland, we don't see very much rain coming in there right now. So zooming back out, and you know, even though they had nice temperatures in Norway, there's a lot of rain going on. Sweden doesn't look as bad, and definitely hardly anything over here in Finland. So that's kind of what we're seeing there. And Iceland, other than this system right here, I don't know, it looks pretty normal. A few spots of rain in the eastern side, and looking pretty good. Clark Hall, welcome, and glad to have you on board. Auckland, New Zealand, 14 degrees Celsius. Yep, that's about right. Winds 18 miles per hour and 29 kilometers per hour. Sounds about correct. Anyway, I'm going to zoom all the way out here, and you see we've got variable weather up in the north. Lots of different stuff happening up there. Things are changing, and of course down in the south as well. Definitely a big, a lot of storms down Antarctica included. So very, very nasty out there in some areas. Everybody be careful with where you're going and what you're doing. And of course there's that equatorial storm I always love to kind of point out, and goes all the way around the equator most of the time. And that is cool. And let's take a look at our cold temperatures and see what we can find for very, very cold temps. And I already seen a minus 73 down here somewhere, and minus 74. Let's see what else we can find. And minus 79. Whoa, that's cold. Where did you find that? Minus 74. 70. Yeah, I'm only seeing a minus 74 as the cold spots. But if you found a minus 79, I believe you. I know there are spots that get very, very cold, and it's weird how that happens, and that's interesting. Yeah, I don't see a colder place, but minus 72, 73, and just not seeing it. But that's all right. Not going to worry about that. I'll trust your faithful words there. It's minus 79 in Antarctica. It is too cold. Now, speaking of Antarctica, I was watching a very interesting show about a documentary about the stuff that goes on underneath the ice sheets there. And that was really, really cool and interesting. And then also we noticed that in that documentary they were talking about some of the old whaling camps or seal hunting camps that they had there, and that they actually found different types of bacteria. And these bacteria, they of course went and tested them to see if those were ones that were there already, or if man had brought that over there. And they determined that these were actually different types of bacteria, completely different strains than what they were used to. And apparently there are two types of bacteria that like to gnaw on wood, and they've been eating the old wood that they have there, and I'm surprised that these things could survive with these really, really cold temperatures. But apparently bacteria is very robust and can withstand some of those really cold temperatures. The other bacteria they found, and the reason I'm actually bringing this up, was that they found it. So the first two they found basically on the old wooden structure and wooden boxes and stuff like that they had from these old yeah, they're extremophiles of sorts, wee Davy. But anyway, they found them the blackish areas and decided to test for bacteria, and that's what they found. Now the other thing that they did find is another bacteria that was on the old oil cans, and they were trying to figure it out what it was. And they also showed some really, really neat stuff, the way that bacteria was actually eating the old diesel oil, and that was really strange. Basically, if that's what it is, you could use that to clean up oil spills with. Although they do already have different bacteria that can do that, but it's kind of interesting to see that. And Dr. Fox, the U.S. GOP extra files are GOP extremofilers are resilient. All right. All right, I'll leave that alone. Anyway, that's it for today, you guys. I just thought I'd throw that bit about the bacteria in, and I thought that was kind of neat and cool. I am going to go back here. I'm going to let that one play one more time for all of us. And if you haven't gone there yet, this, of course, is our Ragnar. If you want to go have a look at this video yourself, Pietro Ebner is the guy who did this flyover of Not Haggy, as well as Ragnar over in Geldingadarler. So, and we do have permission to show it from Pietro. And by all means, you guys, if you haven't gone over and subscribed to the channel or took a look yet, by all means, give it a quick whirl. It's he's got some interesting stuff there, not just volcano videos, but some other stuff. And he indicated that he will be uploading more Icelandic videos or from this area of flyovers. So pretty cool. I just thought I'd share this one with you guys because he did such a nice job on it. And of course, you can see that in different areas. Right now, we're still flying north here in Mount Haggy Valley, and we're coming up onto where the two different areas were. And there we are. You can see in the lower forefront here was the eastern berm that got overrun, and the on the right hand or left hand side right now you can see Theater Hill, or what's left of it, as well as straight on in the middle there you can see Ragnar. And of course we're flying over southern Meridalier, and the area where all that smoke is on the other side here, that's all Geldingadarler in that area, the valley. So and yeah, there's a lot of smoke coming out in some spots, guys. That is a very thick old lava or magma, or lava. It's lava sitting underneath there. And you can also see some of those cracks in there. That's really kind of neat as well. And that is something, as things cool, those cracks pop open and give a pretty good shot that way. What we were looking for though is this area right here, and that is that little V that you see when we're looking at the NBL camera, and that area right there is what broke out and fell down. But we also see a lot of collapsing on the inside and a lot of iron, and that is what is giving it that wonderful red color. So this volcano actually had multitude of different colors in it, and multitude of different chemicals. There again, you can see all that cracking in the background and the smoke coming out. And that is, of course, as that lava cools, it's going to condense and pull together and crack. And that's exactly what we're seeing. So it is a slow process. Red looks like welding tough. And you're absolutely right. It does too. It does too. So let's get off that control. And whoop, I knew that would kick in. And of course he's not monetized. I'm wondering why they're showing commercials. So that is pretty cool. And anyway, I'm going to get that volcano fired up here. Let it play. And that is basically it for today, you guys. So I want to thank everyone for being here, and love having you all join us. And I see we did get over that 100 mark. That is awesome. So for any of you who have not yet hit that like button, please do consider hitting it. That would really be cool, and would really make me happy, and also keep the YouTube analytics happy, and make the popularity of the channel continue to grow, and that's what we would like to see. Anyway, a big thank you to Linda Schoof and for her $10 super chat, and then Irish Monk for his 288 euros, and then the $2 or €2 other one, and then Brian Perfectability $2 super chat, and then Grandma B for a $3 super chat, and then Irish Monk for another €3 super chat. Thank you very much to all of you that are the super chatters. Also a big thank you to all the members in here. Really, I do appreciate you guys you know, being members and supporting the channel. I love it. And also a big thank you to our moderators, Arizona Snowman, Piggy, C&D Boy, Lucas Snow, and Joseph Fields Official, as well as Gary and some of the other ones that hide in the background usually. So that is it, and of course thank you to each and every one of you. Barter Bear, I note Irish Monk. I note Irish Monk. Okay, Irish Monk is a wonderful person, and if Barter Bear, if you're really want to say anything nice about him, you may. His behavior and togetherness with the goats is a little odd, but I'm sure Elena will work on that, and it will take time, but she'll get him away from the goats. So, not to worry, you guys. Be cool, everyone. Stay calm, cool, collected, and thank you, everyone, for being here today and enjoying the show. Hope you got something out of it. And on that friendly note, take care of yourselves and be good, really. And of course, make sure that you tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Take care, everyone. Have a good night. Oink, oink.